Tom Hughes.
And I'm Kevin Shaughnessy.
And this is the first episode of Offsides, our new football show where we're going to break down every game each week. We're going to give you fantasy predictions, and this is the season preview for what we think will happen this season.
In each division.
First, we start out with the AFC East. Last year, it's a division won by the New England Patriots at 10-6. You had the Jets going 9-7, but they actually made it to the AFC Championship as New England. They got bounced out in the first round by Baltimore. Then you had the 7-9 Dolphins coming in third last year, and then the Buffalo Bills went 6-10. So, last year's division winner, the New England Patriots, they got Brady a year back from the ACL surgery. Wes Welker coming back from the ACL surgery, 7 months removed. Moss in a contract year. The defense, Vince Wilfork is the only player left from that Super Bowl team. How do you think they're going to fare this year?
Well, Tom, I'm going to go with the 9-7 record because I don't like their young defense. I think they're very shut out at the outside linebacker position. Banta Kane is back with the team. He was their sack leader 3 seasons ago. But the big problem is, I really think, is their corner play. I don't like any of their corners except maybe Devin McCourty. They got rid of Sean Springs last year, who's their leading interception at corner, not safety. And I just think their defense is shot out and their O-line's getting kind of...
Well, listen, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time? You could say whatever you want about Spygate. You could say whatever you want about Spygate, but the facts are that he is a great coach.
I'm a Jets fan.
That's all that matters.
I'm a Jets fan. I'm going to say this right now. I'm a Jets fan. I'm not a biased Jets fan. I love Wes Welker. I love Lawrence Maroney. I love what they do with that team. But I still think that their O-line's getting old. Their defense is getting too young. And I think they're going to miss pieces like Brewski, Harrison, and all those guys from a couple Super Bowls ago.
I'll admit, Menkins is a problem. He's probably not going to get signed by New England. But you have Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, in a contract year. You have Randy Moss, the most physically gifted receiver of all time.
The best receiver in today's game. Period.
I disagree with that, with Andre Johnson and Fitzgerald. But the most physically gifted receiver of all time in a contract year. Wes Welker, he's going to be fine. I love the guy. I think he's a warrior. He's going to be fine. That running game will always find something. They will always get production out of it. Last preseason game, they played Atlanta. They ran the ball down their throats. I know it's preseason, but they showed that physical play that Belichick puts into them. Belichick's going to get stuff out of this defense. He's going to get play out of the defense.
I'm not saying that they're going to be a horrible team like the Bills, who I predicted to go 4-12. But I still think, even though I'm a Jets fan, I know it sounds kind of biased, but I still think the Jets are the leader of that division. They have the best defense coming off last year. If Darrelle Revis gets signed, there's no question that they'll shut down Moss and Welker. I think Cromartie's going to have a big year with Kyle Wilson as the nickelback. I think the run game's going to do quite fine. I think LT still has gas in his tank. Mark Sanchez, if he cuts down on his...
Patriots. Let's go. Okay.
If Sanchez cuts down on his picks, I really think they'll go 12-4 and they're going to take that division. It's very easily thrown.
The Jets, I got them winning the division also at 11-5. But I think that division's a 3-team race. I could see it finishing either way.
I think
New England, Miami, and the Jets. The Jets, obviously, they have the best defense in the NFL.
And run game.
With Revis, it's easily the best. Yeah. Without him, it's still elite. It's still elite.
Yes.
I love what they did getting Cromartie. I think he's going to have a bounce back year.
Definitely.
Not like the 9-pick season he had in San Diego, but he'll make plays. He'll make plays. And they got one of the best defensive coaches in the NFL. But a loss that I think is going to hurt them is Faneca being lost, because he was average in pass protection last year, but as a run blocking guard, he was the captain of their offensive line, which was the #1 running team in the NFL.
I agree with you, but
you can't get that out of a D2 guy, Dukas.
He's a D2?
You're not going to get that out of him.
But as long as I might get a starting job, we don't know that. Anyway, back to my point. We're going to be about a 60-run, 40 pass instead of 70-run, 40 passes here. I mean, 70-run, 30 passes here. I think we're going to pass a lot more with the inquisition of Santonio Holmes. I think he's going to be a big play guy down the stretch in big games. There's not many guys like him. He makes great catches. He doesn't really run his mouth. But he thinks it's a 3-team race. I think it's a 2-team race. I think the Dolphins go 8-8. I love Soprano as a coach. I love what they did with that team. But that Wildcat's completely gone now, and I just don't think that Brandon Marshall's really going to be that big because they're an 80-run team.
The Wildcat's gone. Did you see? It's not completely gone because they run that to perfection. Last year they played the best defense in the NFL, the New York Jets, on Monday Night Football, and that Wildcat tore them up. It tore them up.
That's true. But they got last year. They went 9-7.
They went 7-9 last year. I'll give that's Chad Henne's first year. I think Henne's taken another step.
I think so too.
And he finally has a legit number one receiver, one of the top 5 receivers in football right now.
They got rid of one of my favorite receivers. They got traded to your favorite team, Greg Camarillo, on that team.
Well, Camarillo wasn't going to play a huge role.
Oh, he's not number one, but I'd say he's a good 2 or 3.
He is a good 3. He is a good 3. But one of the best yards after the catch receivers in the league. And they got one of the best O-lines in the league, too. Jake Long's an elite left tackle.
Definitely.
And their defense, okay, they lost Jason Taylor and Joey Porter, but they got 2. They got 2. Cameron Wake came into his own last year. He looked great. Crowder, as much as your head coach, Rex Ryan, likes to mouth off and argue with them, Crowder is a good player. And Dansby is a top 10 middle linebacker in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, I love Dansby a lot.
And their young corner duo, they were rookies last year. Vontae Davis and Sean Smith.
Don't forget, Sean Smith is not getting a starting job over...
Sean Smith, he's going to fight for that starting job. I think he's going to win it. Sean Smith's 6'3". He can match up with all the tall receivers in that division. Moss, Braylon Edwards.
I would say Moss, but I would definitely say Braylon.
I like him.
Likes to drop balls and all the Jeff.
And listen, they added to the defense this offseason. They got Jared Odrick.
Yes.
Another guy for their D-line that could be a run stopper, help on passing downs, nickel situations. It's going to be a good team. I think I could see them going first. I have them third at 9-7. I could see them going first.
I would say maybe 7 if they get a couple of games.
You got Buffalo.
Let's talk about Buffalo.
All right, listen. Buffalo out there. I got hyped last year for having T.O. Didn't work out.
What do you have, 50 catches, 60 catches?
He had no quarterback. Now, listen, I don't know. I know they didn't want to pay Jason Peters that money before they traded him to Philly, but this has to be, I'd say, the worst offensive line in the NFL.
Definitely.
And that's going to...
What the hell were they doing drafting C.J. Spiller over a quarterback? You have 2 running backs that were both Pro Bowlers, Fred Jackson and Marshawn Lynch.
They're not Pro Bowlers.
Marshawn Lynch didn't make a Pro Bowl.
They're not Pro Bowlers.
Okay, well, Marshawn Lynch is still pretty good with Fred Jackson. He had 1,000 yards rushing his second year in the league. I mean, the O-line is shot out. But what are you doing drafting a damn running back when you need a quarterback, an O-line, linebackers, safeties?
They have a lot of needs. They have a lot of needs. I love the pick. I loved it because I love C.J. Spiller. I think him and Matthews are going to go for Rookie of the Year. Spiller is going to be dynamic back. Everything else is going to be bad. I am going 2-14, but Spiller is going to be a Rookie of the Year candidate. He is going to look good, even with no O-line. The preseason, he's been excellent.
Yes.
He's going to have a good year. That wraps up our AFC East preview. Thank you. I'm Tom Hughes.
I'm Kevin Shaughnessy.
Good night.